So, welcome. My name is Gladys Obaze. I'm a creative brand coach. I'm a multi-creative as well. And today's topic is about, is your smallness keeping you from your bigness? Is your smallness keeping you from your bigness? And I'll tell you for right now, you playing small does not serve the world. And you are a light of the world. There's a scripture in the Bible that speaks about you are not the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. You have a light that is ready to shine, that God has placed within you, that it just needs to be cultivated. And in a nutshell, this message is about, your smallness is a protective shell, it's a protective layer, because deeply behind that is the biggest version of you, and your soul is craving for an expansion. When you stay small, you silence your voice, your vision, your power, your God-given essence. So I'm gonna take you back to like my story where I grew up hiding my voice. I was responsible for everyone and anything. I'm the eldest of four siblings. Um, and I didn't know that I was a creative like when I was younger. I loved music, don't get me wrong, but in terms of anything else, I didn't get to do extra activities outside of school and stuff like that because I'll be picking up my siblings from their school. So there was a lot of stuff that I had to deal with internally. I've also been emotionally, physically, verbally abused and also emotionally neglected. Um, and I don't blame my parents, but however, there's a certain level of responsibility that they had to take on, but also I have to now also take responsibility for myself. And then I used to shut down. And there was a point in my life, it wasn't until I got to like 16, 17 that I felt like, what is going on? The love that I really wanted, that I really needed in my life was no longer, I didn't feel like it was around me. And I feel like I didn't have it growing up. And I had to kind of search from it subconsciously in other people. And I was growing up maybe one of the Miss Popular, but however, Miss Popular needed some love. She needed some attention. She needed something. So it's like I was potentially a people pleaser, a bit of sorry, excuse me, bit of codependency, and I really identified with I'm not good enough. I identified with I'm not worthy, I'm not called, and I'm not capable. But that is a lie. And that was a lie probably perceived from someone else. And I know I perceived that maybe from my mum and a few other people that were in my life, because of the projections and the things that happened to me. And what happens to you doesn't determine who you are. It doesn't determine your destiny. It doesn't determine your essence. It doesn't determine your character. But however, you have to do the healing work. And I had to do the healing work and really just shift the focus from thinking that I'm small and I'm broken and I'm not good enough and God has forgotten me, and I'm last. But that is not the case. That is a story that I I believed, but that is not really the truth. And sometimes you have to challenge the truth of certain negative aspects of you that have been projected onto you or conditioned around you, and accept that, hold on, that's not my truth. That's someone else's truth, but not mine, and choose to no longer reclaim that. And I'm gonna share with you smallness versus bigness mindset. A smallness mindset is about people pleasing and perfectionism. It's also about feeling unworthy or not enough. It's also to do with hiding your gifts, running from your pain and rejection. And you also disconnect from yourself and others and purpose. And it's also a man-centered living. And if you look at those, especially the disconnecting, because I have times when I do that. But however, that thing is when you hide, I've learned from another therapist that that's a trauma response. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's good to have a break. It's good to, you know, have some you time. But if you are doing it on a regular basis, that's a trauma response. It's a trauma response to say that, hey, I need help. I'm struggling. I don't know how to deal with this new feeling or this new emotion. And I need a help and I need help. And sometimes when you don't have the right tools, you will run away from who you truly are. And then if we go to the bigness mindset, this is about boldness, and authenticity. It's rooted in your divine worth, using your gifts with impact, facing it with God besides you, and also aligning with your soul, your with God and your vision and your God-centered freedom. So there's different energies. And why we stay small, we don't feel emotionally safe. We think that we need to protect ourselves, but power, it keeps if we stay hidden, it keeps us stuck. It keeps our mindset stuck, it keeps our heart stuck, our soul stuck, it keeps every aspect of us stuck. And what we hide from, we need to heal. Um, Also, we take we take it all on ourselves instead of taking it to God. More time, I'm like, okay, God, please, you just put God to the side, and then you focus on your feeling, and you stay focused on the negative parts of you, and then God is like, hello, I'm over here. I'm over here. Can you come to me? Give me your problems, and I'll release it. But more time, especially as the eldest born, we want to, diagnose, we want to solve the problem ourselves and just get through it and get on. But God is like, no, come to me. I'll take it so that you can be free, so that let your load be light. Signs you're in smallness mode. So I don't know if anyone can relate to what I'm saying. So signs that you're in smallness mode, your nervous system is overwhelmed. Your health starts to decline, whether that's physically or whether you're having back pains. I know for me, I've had back pains, hip pains. Some of it is due to pregnancy, but also due to just certain healings that I need to heal from. Also, feeling off or disconnected, challenges with intimacy, love, trust, those those aspects. If those, I used to struggle with intimacy more so with my partner, just simply because I was scared of being loved. I was scared of receiving love because I couldn't find it when I was growing up. I didn't feel the love growing up. And then now when it comes to love, sometimes I feel I felt, sorry, maybe scared, frightened because it's something new. But love really comes from God. God is love and we are love. When we start loving ourselves, it opens doors of abundance, it opens doors of trust, and it opens doors of emotional pain. And also it cuts the cycles, breaks the cycles of generational trauma and pain. So I've just seen the chat. Yeah, Sandra can relate. Body has been in fight and flight mode for years. And we need to heal that. We need to come off the flight and go into a new flight, go to a new airport and just trust God and drop all the baggage because when you have a certain vision where you want to go to somewhere, you can't take everything with you. You can't take everything with you. So at certain points, you've got to be real with yourself and say, okay, what bags do I need to drop off? Because, for example, this is hypothetical, but just imagine when you get to the airport and your suitcase is overloaded and you can't take any more, they will tell you you need to release it or pay extra. And the paying extra, you've already reached capacity, so you have to drop the load. You can't carry the excess with you. So you have to decide in order for you to soar, in order for you to fly and reach the greatest height, you need to drop all the baggage, all the lies, all the trauma responses, all of it. And I know it's scary because now you have to become someone new that you haven't become before. And it's about creating that space so that you can feel the most love from yourself, from others, from God, and just being okay with, accepting that this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me, and I don't have to stay there. But however, I do have to create something new. So I've got 6 points that will help you to start playing big. So acknowledge where you've been hiding. This is number one. Acknowledge where you've been hiding. I was protecting myself, but I'm ready to grow. So that's an example. And for example, I used to hide when it came to showing up on social media, I used to really, really hide myself when it came to speaking up in certain instances. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't always like this, but however, I took this trait on when my dad had passed. But I had to revisit and ask myself, why is it that I'm hiding? But I'm self-protecting myself because I don't want to feel hurt. I don't want to feel pain. I don't want to feel lost. I don't want to get too close to anyone. So I'm going to hide. But we have to break that bondage, and break that spirit because you are lovable and you can be yourself and it's safe. Number two, ask yourself, what did I lose that's waiting for me to reclaim? I know for me, I lost my voice, I lost my power, I lost my creativity. I even forgot that I was creative. And there was a point in my life that people were speaking life into me that, Gladys, oh my gosh, you're so talented, you're so creative, all of this kind of stuff. But I was like, I can't even see that. I can't even feel that. But that was a lie that I took on. I thought I had to hide all of those things. I thought I was hiding all of those things. But when you are called and you have certain gifts within you, people will speak life into it because they see it naturally. So ask yourself, what did you lose that's waiting for you to reclaim? Number three, reclaim one piece of your essence, whether that's dancing, speaking up, dressing up, dreaming again, whatever that is, just start somewhere that brings back the trueness of who you are. I know for me, I started singing. I've got a little mic at home, so I'll do like more singing or sing with the kids at home, or I would dance. And also dress up because I used to wear post-pregnancy. I started to wear a lot of black, and I said, girl, we got to change this up. So I started wearing more color. Forgive me, I'm wearing black right now. But normally I try and change it up. So if I'm wearing black, I'll wear something colorful, whether it's like, blue jeans, for example, to just bring a bit of color back into my life. As I'm a type of person that loves color. So reclaim one piece of your essence. Number four, create emotional and spiritual safety for yourself. Move your body, breathe, let the pain move through your body so that it doesn't stay. More time if we are in flight mode or freeze mode, whichever one of those modes, there's a likelihood that we are holding on to a certain level of pain. We're holding on to a certain level of trauma, and it's our memory that we need to forgive. We need to forgive the part of us that held in so much and release it to God and let him in. And that goes on to my fifth point, which is letting God in. Ask God, what do you say about me today? And listen, and he will answer. Because more time, what we've been saying to ourselves isn't actually the truth. And we have to deal with that person that I spoke about this last week, but the CCJ, the person that's critical or compares or judges, and reducing the noise that comes from those aspects of us. And also giving peace, bringing peace to those aspects, bringing love to those aspects, and asking, you know what, God, what are you saying about me? I love that. Althea says she uses number five all the time. Love that. And then the sixth point, which is set boundaries. Set boundaries. And this will be so, 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 so key. And one thing that I keep on saying, boundaries equals more love. No boundaries equals no love. I'm gonna say that again. Boundaries equals more love. No boundaries equals no love. When you don't have boundaries, you set the bar so low that anyone can come in and do nonsense to you that you would normally not actually accept. So when you start setting boundaries for yourself, you allow the bigger version of you to slowly rise up. You allow the best parts of you to slowly rise up. And because you didn't feel safe, boundaries will bring that safety. It will bring that safety to your heart, to your mindset, to your body, and just slowly start bringing you back to your normal, lovable self. Um, and I know for me, I struggled with boundaries for quite some time at a certain point, but I learned to set it because those boundaries will bring harmony in relationships, that will bring respect in the relationship. And that could be a relationship in regards to marriage, it could be in regards to friendship, even at work, um, or even in regards to your children. Boundaries bring a certain level of respect and it brings more love. And the more times when you don't set boundaries, you will start to feel resentment. And that's when you can slowly start finding yourself back into the flight mode just because you didn't fully speak up. You didn't really say what was wrong. You didn't fully say, this is what's hurting me or this is what's affecting me and I don't like it. So homework, a simple action. Ask yourself, where have you been hiding and what part of you is ready to return back home? And a second question, which is, what identity do I need to release to become who God is calling me to be? I'm gonna say that again. Number one question, where have you been hiding and the part of you that's ready to return home? And number two, which is what identity do I need to release to become who God is calling me to be? So take one bold step, however small it is, step into your bigness because your bigness will attract the right people, or it will attract the right community. And talking of community, if you're not part of the Rebuild community, it is a safe space where you can radiate, you can rebuild, and you can grow. And it's a sacred community where ladies are showing up, they are confident, and we're all going through life. And the fact is, we have a support system. This is a lovely space, a lovely support system. So if you're not part of it, definitely do join, reach out to the person that shared this link with you. And just know that you were never meant to do this alone. You were never meant to stay small. The rebuild is on a mission to help women rise up in confidence, in clarity, and in community. And if this resonates with you, drop a message in the chat. And if you want to chat or you want some more support in regards to showing up bigger, wow, I can't even speak. If you want some support in showing up bigger, book a free call with me, and yeah, we'll unlock your bigness and get you branded and get you out there. And if even if it's mindset or whatever, reach out. Reach out. I'm on Instagram, so my at is be human underscore. You can find me on there. Just drop me a message, and then my link's on there for like a to book a calendar call. And if you have me on WhatsApp, just drop me a message. But yeah, I hope you are blessed. I hope this was insightful for you. I hope this helps someone. And have a lovely day. Have a lovely evening. God bless, ladies. Take care. And see you tomorrow for the following call. Don't forget 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. A lovely queen will be on this call leading us through. Take care, ladies. Bye.